world? I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. So today I'd like to introduce today's guest. He is the founder of Nat Fit. He is also a high caliber elite level arm wrestler. Welcome, Jamie Sheldon. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Sweating in my garage, but I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Yeah.
So I want to first start off, and I just want to get your basic stats. I want to get your age, your height, and your weight.
Okay. Let's see. I'm 41 years old. I'll be 42 in December. 6 feet tall. Unfortunately, my weight, last time I checked it, was 184.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and what weight class are you competing these days at?
Well, up until this last event, I was in the 200s. 205, 198, and then I even got up to the 220s in the winter and the spring. And then I've had some shoulder issues in the last like 6 months, 8 months. So I haven't been able to hit the gym like I want. My calories have been low. Obviously, you're really into the nutritional side of things and fitness. So you understand if you're not lifting and eating and your body wants to be lighter, it's going to start cutting. So, and I've been training people in my garage, so my weight kind of dropped. So the last tournament I went into, I was 184, and I was actually the last 2 tournaments. I did 2 back-to-back, and I probably shouldn't have. I mean, we can talk about that at some point, but yeah, I competed at the 185 weight class and then the 198s in Mexico last Sunday. So my shoulder's killing me. So I'm a little lighter than I'd like to be, Paul. I'd like to be back up to 205. So I got to get back up there pretty soon here when my shoulder's fine.
So 205 is going to be the weight class you're going to be attacking and really looking to make a mark in.
Well, I just feel better, heavier. So, I spent most of my career at 154, 165, 76, 85. I like 198, 205 from a personal standpoint, just like the way my body feels. And, obviously I'm not going to be the best in the world at that weight, but, I don't mind banging with the bigger boys.
Nice. So, yeah. Jamie, I got to ask you, brother, how did arm wrestling find you, and how many years have you been pulling for?
Let's see. Well, I'm a child of the 80s, so I think Over the Top is what did it, I remember a couple of my friends had these WWF back then, wrestling rings, and we would put our elbows in there and we would wrestle inside them because, we're all skinny, small kids. And these little toy rings, and we would take the action figures out and start arm wrestling in them because we used to watch that movie when we were like 6, 7 years old. And I'm the guy that continued that through school. Like, I still talk to my high school buddies and they're like, we're not surprised you still do this, because I was the guy in middle school that was skinny, beating everybody. I had a natural low hand top roll before I even knew what I was doing, because everybody was bigger than me. So I can't go inside. So I was just like taking their hand. So I guess I kind of fell in love with arm wrestling through that. And then, I for some reason, I waited till 24 years old to find a tournament. So 2005, I'm, Googling everything. I was watching ESPN the year before, and I saw like Mike Solaris, Bill Sinks, Ron Bath. And I'm like, dude, this is a thing. I got to go do it. So then I ended up looking it up, went down to LA, found a tournament, and that's a wrap.
So that was your first time on an official arm wrestling table that day?
Yeah, I showed up. You live right next to Luke Kent. He's the first guy I met.
Wow.
My goal was to, I can beat everybody. I'm going to go whoop everyone's ass. And I shook Alan Fisher's hand after I met Luke Kent, I think. And I'm like, Alan Fisher's hand? Like, it's just, like, who is this guy? But I recognized him from the movie, but I'm like, this guy's going to be in my weight class? And then Luke was telling me to pull the amateurs instead.
Okay.
So I had to humble myself real quick, and I ended up pulling the amateurs, and I ended up winning.
Wow.
Because that pro class had Luke Kent, Alan Fisher, Harold Ryden, Simon Barachoa. It was stacked. So I would have, went 2 and out real quick.
So what happens now after that first tournament? Are you just now you're all in and now you're looking for a team and all to join?
The funny part about that, I was 176, okay? Shredded, young, you know. So, but just that one day of arm wrestling hurt my shoulder, my elbow. I laid off the gym for a month, but I found another tournament in Vegas, which happened to be the biggest tournament I've ever been to. It was in 2005, Ultimate Arm Wrestling League, gotta clarify that, Ultimate Arm Wrestling 2. It was on the Best Damn Sports Show, I believe. Travis Bajent was kind of like the main voice of that. He got it all advertised, and John Bergeson Sr. ended up, I guess he was the main promoter for it, but it was huge, right? You had Cobra Rhodes coming back. Ingen Terzi was there. Like, it was the biggest tournament I've ever seen on U.S. soil. I pulled amateurs, and I ended up taking fourth to Corey Miller in the amateurs, if that tells you how long ago this was.
Wow.
We were pulling amateurs. Corey took second, so people were beating Corey.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I think Ingen Terzi took second to Roman Cindiliani. But, yeah, that was the biggest tournament I've ever been to, and I just fell in love with the sport, and I ended up meeting some people there that live in San Diego, which is, right down the street, and I ended up training with them.
Wow, that's an amazing story, brother. So we got somebody that just joined our meeting right now. We got Big Daddy himself, Jerry Cadorette, is now in the house. What's up, Jerry? How you doing, brother?
What up? How you doing?
He's got his shirt off. Look at him, looking all beautiful.
Well, I heard you were on, so I figured I had to show I was into nutrition and shit. So my buddy Damien's here too.
Both you guys make me look bad.
What's up, Damien? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Paul? Keeping it real,
Damien last week over in Massachusetts. What a beast he is on the table.
Yeah, I saw you were out there. Yeah, I need to get to Boston. I guess I gotta call Jerry because I gotta get out there. That's like the spot that I want to be.
I got to tell you, Jamie, what an experience, brother. Every person I was meeting over there, 30, 40 years in, everybody had a story of over the top when they were in it. Who won this class? Who won? I couldn't get over it, man. I was like, the experience that's in this place is just crazy. Whole nother level.
It's amazing, right?
For real, for real. So,
why is it so dark where you are, Jamie? Are you in like a room that makes you look prettier?
No, you know what? My wife bought me this light for podcasts. I'm in my garage sweating. I'm in California, so it's hot. But
I thought you're 3 hours behind. I think it's like midday over there.
3 o'clock and hot. It's hot, man.
Damn.
So, Jamie, I got to tell you, brother, you got to get a little tiny light in the background now, and that'll give you a little background light, and it sets everything, the mood for the whole room and all. It took me a while to learn the whole lighting and all that.
Well, you guys are the professionals, I'm just the powder guy. That's it.
So, Jerry, what's going on over there right now, bro? Looks like you guys are in the middle of a beast mode session or something.
Well, Damien just put a window in my shed. Okay. And which is why I said it needed a few more minutes to get finished. And then after we finish that, now we're doing doing a little bit of training to try to make sure I'm ready I got 2 weeks. So I want the best Jerry to show up. So I'm letting Damien tug on my arm a little bit.
Nice. We're doing last minute tune-ups right now. I like that. So fellas,
Gennady, right?
Yeah, he's got a big match August 6th.
Yeah, some little guy, Gennady.
Going down August 6th.
I'm not being biased, but I think Jerry's going to press right through him.
Really? Okay.
That's just my opinion. Now, I come from the lightest weight class, so I really have no knowledge of the pros and the super heavies, but I just like Jerry's done.
I like Jamie's way of thinking.
That's just my opinion,
So, Jamie, I got to ask you this, brother. What do you think? I mean, it's been 2.5 years since Jerry's last competed on a.
He just told you what he thought. What are you looking for? A different fucking answer?
Well, I want to put the context in for everybody and all.
I think he's fine. He took a little bit of time off and he came back when I got into the sport and he beat Travis for a lot of money. So I think Jerry's fine. I think he's fine.
He's did this before.
Two guys I don't want to bet against ever, and it's Todd Zilla and Jerry Cadorette.
Yeah, right.
For different reasons, but like you just gotta kind of go with these guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? And Dave. I love Dave. You can't bet against Dave. Dave should have won that match.